Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Happy Friday, happy end of October. This is literally the last Friday of October and wow, that's all I can say. I hope your month has gone well. I hope you're able to achieve everything that you planned to, because the next 2 months ni sherehe after sherehe after sherehe. I don't think I'm left with any capacity to do serious things. But anyway, that's on a light note. We'll see how the next 2 months unfold. But yeah, I'm excited to be here with you, excited to see you. Thank you so much for watching this and clicking on this video. If you're new here, my name is Lisa and I am happy to see you. Obviously, if you're a returning subscriber, one love. Anyway, today's video is inspired, or yeah, let me just say it's inspired by my mental health journey. So I have mentioned, I think in most of my videos this month, that October is mental health month, where obviously people are encouraged to seek help, talk about their issues and all that stuff. And it's actually very nice to see that more and more people are actually talking about like their mental health, talking about the struggles they face, talking about how they've overcome it and all that stuff, which is very, very important. Like I mentioned before, if you are struggling and you're not so sure the way out, seek help. Help may be in different ways, but seek help, and always know that you are not alone. So it's been a few years since I moved abroad, and I just wanted to catch you up on everything that has happened. Of course, you've seen snippets here and there. I finished uni, I graduated, I got my little house. It's rented, but I moved into a new house. Like there's been so many changes, so many updates. I have been able to literally raise my school fees and all that on my own. So yeah, a bit about how stuff has been, but I wanted to catch you up, guys. Catch you guys up. I wanted to catch you guys up on how everything has been. There have been changes, of course. I had to find a job. I had to change my lifestyle a bit. I feel like obviously I moved to a new country, so that again comes with all these things. And I remember when I first moved, like I was happy that this had finally come to me, but then a huge part of my emotions was in sort of like looking at how things were, and I was like, is this the life I want for myself? And that just made everything spiral. To be honest, I was not in a very good space mentally. And the other day I was actually thinking about this and I couldn't help but shed tears because of how far I have come. Because I was just thinking about everything, and all of a sudden, like, I just could not control the tears that came, and I was just like, I've actually come a really, really long way. And I was actually telling my partner that, and he was just like, yeah, that's true. But yeah, there's, I think, moments where I was like, I didn't really think about unaliving myself, but I was like, if for example I was unalived by whatever, would it make any difference? Like for me, I feel like all these things will be over, but then would it make any difference? And I didn't have any like plan or goal or whatever to like unalive myself. It was just like a random thought. And I know sometimes it usually starts as a random thought and then you make a plan and all that stuff. Thank God I didn't get there. But after thinking about that, I was just like, I have to I am strong. And somehow, somewhat, I was able to overcome it. Many times I was just in solitude. I would go to work, and I'm one of those people who switch very easily or separate things very easily. So I would go to work, do my job, finish, say hi to everyone, be jovial, and then once work is done and I'm on my own, it's just like, oh my god. I would go to uni, it would be the same. And then when I'm on my way from uni, I would just feel some type of way, and sometimes I would cry, sometimes I would get home and I'm just doing what's expected of me and then going literally to bed. So it was a very weird phase of my life, and I lost weight. Yeah, it was strange, to be honest. And I think that's been the toughest period of my life since I was born. It's funny because now I can smile about it, but then I was just like, what's going on? Yeah, and in it I just felt like, when is this gonna end? When is this gonna end? Well, I am happy to report that I am doing well. Of course, I still have my days and all that stuff, but I feel like I'm in such a better place, like in aspects of my life. And of course, there's things that I've had to do intentionally to make sure that I do not go back to that phase of my life. Now, I think for me, people move abroad and they deal with, like, they experience different things. They experience homesickness, they experience loneliness, they experience a lot. But for me, I don't know if I experienced loneliness, because I'm generally someone who's very, like, I love my space. I love being in my own little bubble. But I think there was just so much, like, expected of me, and I was just like, yeah, I'm crashing, I'm burning, I am I'm going downhill. And yeah, it was just so much pressure from outside, from things that were not even within my control per se, but so much pressure, and I just felt like I was crumbling. So that, I think, was that for me. And it wasn't easy. And even when I was experiencing these things, I was just like, where do I start? So one of the things I'm glad I picked up very quick was my feelings and how I was feeling, and then how would I be able to, like, sort of break from that, because I was like, it does not end with me. My story does not end here. And one of the things I picked up was going to the gym, because I felt like everything I was feeling whenever I would be in the gym, and even after the gym, like, I would feel some endorphins, I would just feel this certain energy come over me, and I would feel sort of like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. Like, yes, there was all this still going on, but in this time, that is what was helping me. To be honest, I don't think I thought of therapy per se, but I just remember talking to my friends a lot about what I was going through. Just them listening. To be honest, it was just oh yeah, you'll be all right, we'll pray. But I think that helped a lot, and that was my friends who, some of them are here, but most of them obviously were back in Kenya, or are back in Kenya. And yeah, I was just really open about my experience, what I was feeling, and it was just like getting sort of like encouragement from them, and knowing that sometimes, like, this too shall pass, like, and sometimes even just hearing, like, their what their triumphs and all that really sort of helped me go through that phase of my life. Another thing I did, and this was towards the end of the first year I was here, was I made a point of going back home. And I think it's something I've made a point of doing every year, so I try my best, and I think that sort of like stabilizes me in a way that I cannot even explain. Like, I know it's expensive and all that, like booking tickets and all that, but it is so good for myself in such a way that I can't even explain. Just being in a familiar place, meeting up with my friends and celebrating our wins and all of that just sort of like grounds me and all that stuff. So that really helped, especially the first year when I was really feeling it. And by the time I was coming back the following year, like, yes, I was going through the motions, but I think I kind of knew what was working for me, what wasn't, where I was. I could like check in on myself and see like what's working, what's not. Do we need to tweak anything? Do we need to separate ourselves from something and all that? And yeah, it's been actually a journey. It's been a journey, just constantly every day choosing to focus on myself and not really allowing the external or the outside pressures to sort of like weigh me down. Obviously I'm in a totally different phase from then, and yeah, it's one of those things I just look back, I'm like, wow, there was a lot going on. But yeah, I separated myself from certain things. I was able to find joy in the little things. I was able to sort of like talk about my feelings and of course make an intentional choice to do things that sort of ground me and make me feel sane. So yeah, those are just some of the things I literally did that helped me go through that phase. And so this is for you who has probably moved abroad and is struggling to like fit in, doesn't know what's going on, is finding it super hard to juggle everything. I know it comes with a lot, like I mentioned, challenges could be different. What you're experiencing and what's making you feel like you can't really do it may be very different from what I felt at the time. But like I mentioned, you are not alone. Seek help if you need to. Do things that bring you joy. I think for me, going to the gym is still a huge part of maintaining my mental health and being stable in my mental health, despite maybe the chaos that may still be going around. And even though I may not necessarily be where I was when I moved here, of course life has its ups and downs, and yeah, going to the gym has been really helpful, not just for my physical fitness, but very instrumental in my mental health. I hope this video helps someone out there, and I hope in no way that this has triggered you. Thank you so much for watching. Happy end of the month, and as usual, I will see you in my next one. Bye.